Hey there, Leo, and welcome to your week of January 3rd, 2021 General Tarot Reading. We're going to be looking at your energy over here on the left coming into this week. We're going to be looking at some potential challenges for you here in the middle, and we're going to look at some potential outcome cards for you as well over here on the right. We're going to get a little more detail on all these videos by clarifying them with some more cards a little later on, and then we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video, so you're going to want to stick around to see your full message. These are general readings though, Leo, so some, all, or none of it may resonate with you. If it resonates, that's beautiful. If it doesn't resonate, it's just not part of your message, so don't try to make something fit that doesn't. And without further ado, let's start it off. Your energy coming in this week over on the left, we got the Magician, the Six of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. I really like this. This is really you manifesting what you really and truly want. With the King of Swords, it's very much a guy who's like, it's simple, I want this, or it's simple, this doesn't work for me anymore, or it's very simple, you know, it's I honestly want this in my life, I'm trying to get this to happen, right? He's very honest and truthful with that, so I like that. Maybe you're trying to manifest something, maybe you know yourself, you kind of work in the area of like something that's very like by the facts, by the numbers, you know, a banker, maybe as a lawyer, an architect, you know, things like that, where it's very much like this is what it is and this is what we're doing, right? This is the building, you know, with an architect, here's what the building's going to be, you know, we're going to go with that those kind of things. This is the design, this is how it's worked, do it, build it like that for me, right? I don't know why I'm so fixated on that all of a sudden, but I feel like you're manifesting at this time, so maybe a promotion in your job here, because I see with the Six of Pentacles a lot of generosity here, so maybe you're getting a promotion at this time, something well deserved, you know, or maybe something that you feel like maybe you haven't necessarily earned, but it's sort of like a, you know, you feel like your boss or somebody's being generous to you, so I like that. By the same token though, you could be also just manifesting, you know, good things in your life. Hello, Spike. Thank you. Speaking of good things in my life, there goes Spike messing around with your reading here. That Magician doesn't want to stay on the table. But yeah, I feel like you're really manifesting good stuff, good times, maybe, and good people as well. And again, I feel like this is all what you really want. You're really working towards that. Maybe it's not necessarily happening for you right now, but I feel like you're drawing that in at this time. So that's really beautiful. In your challenges, I like we have a little bit of a rivalry going on here with the Kings, with the King of Swords and the King of Cups, because we're talking about analytically, like by the facts, this is what it is. And the King of Cups is more like, oh, pardon me, it's more of the like emotional, like kind of emotional, like let's like, I just want to do this because I really just want this. And, you know, it tugs at my, you know, my heartstrings. It doesn't matter if it's optimal or it doesn't matter if this is good for me or not. This is what I want, right? So we're kind of like that irrational kind of conflict. So you might be having a bit of a war of that at this time. Could also be saying that a water sign might be giving you a little bit of grief this week. So a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, one of those three, maybe. Might not even be that. Again, general readings. But here, we're just saying maybe your emotions are going to be in conflict with your, you know, with your logical reasoning, right? So those might be coming into conflict this week. With the Four of Pentacles here as well, this is really, again, a bit of that coming into conflict as well. Four of Pentacles talks about us doing things inside the box, not taking any chances, not taking any risk. And when we get emotional, we get a little reckless. So that makes sense, right? So there's a lot of that going on here right now. And maybe because you feel like you've only got one or two options in front of you with this Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups talks about having a lot of options here. You can see he has several options here at his disposal. You may feel like you only got one way to go. And maybe that's what's kind of getting you a little irrational at this time. It's like, oh, it's like, I wish I could be creative. I wish I could do more, but it's like, this is what it is. This is the path I have to walk here at this time. So I feel like that might be something that's really got you worked up here, but I feel like we're heading towards a good direction if you can just bear down here at this time, because over here in your outcomes, we got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So that's those two coming into alignment here. Beautiful. And with the Six of Cups as well, which is just great because the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles are both kind of cards of generosity, but where the Six of Pentacles is a little more of you being generous here, but I kind of was talking about you maybe getting and receiving. The Six of Cups is you receiving gifts, right? So we're kind of in like the generous spirit, you're trying to manifest this, and now it's here, which is great. And I love that these two have now lined up. It's like your emotions and your mind have lined up and they're working in harmony now. So that's beautiful. With the Ace of Cups, it's all about overflowing emotion. With the Ace of Swords, it's all about your mind being razor sharp and being able to help you get through what you need to get through. You'll notice here with the Ace of Swords, it's coming up through a crown. To me, that says that your mind is going to lead you to power and glory and, respect and all that good stuff that royalty is generally associated with. So I feel like that's where you're heading towards. And again, with your Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords working together, that's that harmony, your mind, your emotions really being on the same page and you receiving good fortune for this at this time. So I think that's super beautiful. All right. So we're going to get some clarifiers here for you shortly here. Before we do, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it all so much. All the support, all the love I see in the videos, all the likes, the views, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you all so much for that. I'm sending love and support out to you as well. Look at this, another ace. That's fantastic. Hopefully this has been resonating with you. And even if it hasn't been resonating with you, I hope things are going good with you and yours. So without further ado, we'll get into the rest of your clarifiers. But remember, we're tying everything off with an oracle card at the end of this video. So you're going to want to stick around for your full message there. There's that water sign we were talking about potentially. We got the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Death card, clarifying your energy at this time. The Death card is Scorpio's card. So as I mentioned with the King of Cups, you might be dealing with a Scorpio or a Cancer or a Pisces, one of those water signs. So very likely for a lot of you, if you are dealing with water sign, it's probably a Scorpio. But again, Ace of Wands, Death, and the Nine of Swords. The Ace of Wands, we got three aces. That's beautiful, right? The Ace of Wands is that real shot in the arm, that energy, that spark of creation, this new thing that you're just going for. I love it. That's fantastic. With the Death card, it's about a cycle coming to an end. So I feel like that's kind of what you're manifesting, is this end of maybe the disarray here, the alignment kind of being off. I feel like maybe that's what you're trying to manifest at this time, especially with the Six of Pentacles, which again talks about balance as well. So I feel like that's what you're really trying to manifest at this time. And with the Nine of Swords, you might have a bit of fears and concerns that things aren't going to work out, or maybe worried that you're going to, maybe kind of undo yourself here emotionally, right? Because you know how you get, what you're like. So it's like, oh, once I get into this situation, I'm going to freak out. But the Nine of Swords talks about how these are just things that you don't necessarily need to give power to, right? You can see here, this person, she's kind of cowering, but she's cowering from a shadow, right? This thing really can't hurt her. It's just sort of this fear of what it could be, of what it might be attached to. But in reality, there's nothing here that we can see that is making that shadow appear. So to me, that's saying that there's things that are just trying to have power over us, but really they don't have power over us. So again, just watch out for that, right? So let's take a look and get into your clarifiers for your challenge cards. That's one thing you can say is, like, sometimes people create self-fulfilling prophecies when they think so negatively about situations, right? It's like, why do I even bother? And then it's like, well, yeah, you failed because you decided that you were gonna fail, right? You didn't even give it a try, right? And there's the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. All four aces in your reading. That is wild. Wow. So we got the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Interestingly, the Queen of Cups is clarified the King of Cups. So that's really interesting because those are kind of divine counterparts. So whenever you get a king and a queen of the same suit together, that is divine counterparts. So you might be dealing with this week, I talked a bit about like a business or like a job here. This could also be you just dealing with, a partner, right? Maybe you're trying to restore some order between you and your partner. I just realized this as I was adjusting those cards. All the aces are on the top here. Very interesting here. I feel like a new beginning is right here for you. It's just we need to figure out how to do this. And I feel like maybe for some of you, it might be feeling like if this is a divine connection sort of thing, you and a partner, you're trying to work out, maybe you're having some difficulties with each other. It's sort of like you feel like there's only one way to resolve this. Right? When they're really, maybe it does feel like there's only one way to resolve this, or you see it as that because maybe, like, again, you might be a little letting your emotions get the better of you at this time, and you're not seeing that, like, oh, actually, we should, maybe we should talk this out. Maybe, you feel like they have to apologize to me, right? Like they wronged me. Maybe it's a situation where, both parties are at fault here, right? Because I feel like, the High Priestess, which we haven't seen yet, but the High Priestess talks about how every situation you're in, it's very rarely black and white, right? It's very rarely like they wronged you, right? And you were the victim, so it's black and white that way. Sometimes it works out as like maybe someone wrongs you, but it wasn't their intention. So, you know, there are those shades of gray. Or it might be a situation where they only wronged you because you wronged them in the first place. Like they were kind of getting back at you, but you feel like, oh, of course I didn't say nothing mean, right? Like I didn't say nothing wrong. I was just saying how it is, right? And in the meantime, it's like you're both kind of fighting each other because of this, right? So I feel like there is something here, especially with the Nine of Wands too. It's the wounded warrior. So I feel like one of you has put up some walls here, or maybe just both of you have put up some walls where it's like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with your BS, or I don't want to get hurt again. So I'm not going to confront you here. And now things are just kind of awkward here. And that's why you're trying to manifest a change, manifest some balance and harmony, and manifest an alignment here. So let's take a look and clarify your outcome cards as well. See what's happening with them here. Leo, see what's going on. I was going to call you Aries there for a second. We got the Hermit, sign of Virgo, the King of Swords again, and the Justice card here. So yeah, we have the King of Swords repeating again. So the King of Swords talks about, you know, I was talking about like before, like, you know, you could be in a certain profession, right? Like banker, like lawyer, those kind of things. The King of Swords also talks about how you should just do things like, is something wrong between you and your partner, for instance? Like, let's say that's what this is for most of you, is like you and your partner are having a problem. Well, the King of Swords say, resolve it. Like, whatever it takes, like, resolve it. Get it out of here, because it's negatively affecting you. And even just you, right? It might not be negatively affecting your partner, but for you, it's negatively affecting you. Talk with them. You know, sort the problem out somehow. Apologize. Whatever you got to do to get this going. With the Justice card here, it's talking about being fair and balanced. Like we were talking about with the Magician, you're manifesting that. I feel like with the Justice card, you got to see what's fair for both of you, right? I feel like, again, it's not a black and white, you know, they wronged you, Leo, and you deserve an apology. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like there's blame to go around for everybody, and we should be looking to be fair with everyone here. And with the Hermit is sign of Virgo. Justice is Libra's card as well, so you may have one of those two signs in your chart. You may be dealing with one of those two signs as well. But I feel like here with the Hermit, it's really telling you to, like, what is your end goal? Like, is your end goal to, like, you know, before this happened, this whatever happened here, this sort of disruption or whatever it is, did you intend to, like, you know, did you want to eventually, you know, settle down with this person, you know, marry them, have kids, you know, or whatever your dream life looks like with this person? Is that what you were going for? Well, the Hermit says, guide yourself forward to that. And, you know, with these other two, it's like, come on, like, let's not let this fester and turn into something that we're going to regret and ruin this. One thing that drives me nuts is how many relationships, not just romantic ones, but even with friends and family, and like I've been there too, where, you know, just talking with them would just sort this out, you know? Like I tried, when I was younger, I had a friend, and we were both kind of head over heels for the same girl. And I tried to talk with him, like, hey, let's just talk this out, man, and like try to settle this. And he really didn't want to. And it ended up like ending our friendship because he didn't want to talk about it. He just wanted to kind of like brush it under the rug and pretend like nothing was happening, even though there was a serious rift between us. And it ended up ending our friendship, not necessarily right there, but years down the road. It just kind of festered between the two of us, and we couldn't come to terms anymore, right? It had gone past the point of like healing that relationship. So I feel like that's something you really need to do here, is you need to, you know, talk to your partner, talk to whoever. This might even be, for some of you, might not even be romantic. It might just be someone, you know, in your, like a friend, right? We're talking about divine counterparts here. Could just be someone who's like your best friend, or a significant family member who you really get on with. And you need to sort of clear the air and talk with them and get this sorted out. All right, Leo? So I hope that's going to help you out. We're going to get an oracle card, tie everything off here for you, the end your reading here. Hopefully this has resonated. Hopefully this has helped you out. And I appreciate you sticking it out this far with me. Yeah, sometimes we just got to talk it out, right? Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. And yeah, just take it as slow as it needs to go, right? You don't have to have like a big drawn out smash discussion with this person, fight, argument, whatever it may be, you can just talk with them and be like, hey, like, let's little by little and kind of find out what the root of the problem is, as long as it takes. But as long as we're making progress and trying to figure it out and trying to sort this out and trying to save ourselves from potentially, you know, ruining things down the road, right? So I hope that's helped you out. Hope that's resonated with you, Leo. If you want to help out the channel, you can like this video, hit that thumbs up. You can subscribe to the video as well. That helps me, helps you, so you can find this video, find these videos I upload every week. Find this channel so you can see the videos I upload every week, and check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos. Thank you for being here, Leo, and I hope to see you in the next video.